What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Going in like Slim Thug. Slim Thug set it off, fam. I mean, just on a early, I was easy like a Sunday morning until I looked up online and I saw Slim Thug speaking on the Puffy Cassie situation with the settlement. Slim said basically, man, he did not believe Cassie. Yeah. He said coming back and getting Puffy, He said you need to speak on it when it go down. He don't believe in women coming back years later, talking about what was done to them, about abuse or whatever. If they're going to speak on it, they need to speak on it right then and there. Tell the people what's up right then and there. Contact the police if you've been done wrong. Contact the police right then and there, immediately. And he said it should be a time limit on women coming forward with these claims of abuse with men that they have been in relationships with or involved with or who they have some type of beef with. Slim theorized that what happened with Cassie is she was with a billionaire, and she left him to go follow her heart with a trainer. That apartment got small, the lifestyle wore off. Now she's healed and she's ready to talk and put out a book and expose dude. It's basically saying that after the lifestyle wore off of going out hooking up with the trainer and foregoing the billionaire lifestyle that she was living with the billionaire, she followed her heart, stood on love. And now that that lifestyle is old, struggling is old, the money ain't there anymore, now she's ready to tell her truth, so to speak. Okay, so you got some people coming after Slim saying, well, this is why women don't come forward. But Slim said, hey, man, by any means, if you've been violated, you should come forward. But there should be a limit. There should be a limit, some type of limitation set on when you can come forward and with these civil suits and criminal accusations. Now, I thought that was it. I thought that's all I was going to report on. But before I could get to y'all, Slim dropped another video. And he's going in on the women who came for Bill Cosby. Slim said, I ain't turning on my heroes over this fake money grab. He said that they was getting high with Bill Cosby. Now that they broke, now they want some money. What do y'all think about that, fam? What do y'all think about that? Give me a thumbs up if you think that a limitation should be set. There should be some limit on when a woman can, or anybody can file a lawsuit or even criminal charges against a man or anybody for abuse. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that should be a limitation. Thumbs down if you say, hey, man, Hey, whenever it go down, that's when it go down. Whenever she feel the courage to do it, that's when she should do it. There should not be a limit. If she wanted to wait 50 years to make those claims, she got the right to do it. Give me a thumbs down if you feel like there should not be a limit. Thumbs up if you feel like there should be a limit as to when a woman can make these claims, or when anybody can make claims against somebody else for violating them physically or sexually. Now, here's some things to consider, because this is what I do, fam. I try to look at the angles, and I try to also put myself in the shoes of the victim or the victim's family, right? So I'm looking at this from one angle. One angle is, okay, we want the women to come forward. We don't understand how a woman can be abused and then wait 20 years or 10 years to say something about it, to go public with it. But here's the thing, fam. Unless you've been abused, physically or sexually assaulted, you probably would never quite understand what it's like to be a victim. It's kind of like a woman trying to really understand what it's like to be a man. You can have empathy, but you will never understand what it's like to be a man. And a man will never understand what it's like to be a woman. A man will never quite understand what a woman goes through on a daily basis. We can have empathy and we can try to understand, but because we don't walk in a woman's shoes, we'll never quite understand. It's like the people who try to understand slavery and oppression. You can have empathy for Black people. I've seen people who have appeared to have empathy for Black people, who have appeared to understand the Black plight. But then when you get to reparations, they say, oh, no, that's too far. I don't think they should get reparations. Wait a minute. You don't think that because you wasn't affected like Black people have been affected. And you don't go through what Black people go through. So you don't understand. You don't feel it like we feel it. You don't live it like we live it. So you're not going to quite understand it. And this is how I see when it comes to victims. I understand that there are scammers out there, like Slim was talking about. I know that there are scammers out there. There are women out there who are scandalous, sitting back, waiting on a lick. They're trying to hit a lick. They just want to hit a lick. I get it. Especially in today's society, now's the time. If you've ever wanted to try to get a free lick, an easy lick, a line lick, go for it right now. Got it. At the same time, we still have to be very mindful about people who do get violated. And what is the cutoff date for a violation, right? So let's say it's somebody you support and somebody accused them of violating them. Obviously, if they get accused of being violated, at any point, you're going to be like, you're going to feel some type of way about it. But if some accuser come along 10, 20, 30 years later and say this person did that, you're going to really feel some kind of way about it, right? Well, why she wait so long? Why did she wait so long? 30 years, that's a long time, man. You should have said something back then. And, because you didn't say anything, I don't think you deserve anything. I think that conversation would go quite differently if one of them women was your mother. And I'm not saying that all of the women are telling the truth. I'm not saying that all of the women are lying. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, if one of those women was your mama and you believe that woman actually, or one of those women was your sister, I'm talking about the Bill Cosby accusers, If one of them women was your sister, your mother, your grandmother, and they finally said, okay, I want to speak on this. I'm going to tell my side. I want this guy to pay. Would you tell them, well, Granny, why you wait 30 years? No. You might question why Granny waited 30 years to tell her side. But would you tell your Granny she don't deserve anything? She don't deserve compensation? She don't deserve justice at all? Would you tell your Granny that? Would you tell your mama that? Would you tell your sister that? If you found out your sister got raped 5 years ago, 20 years ago by anybody, would you say, man, let bygones be bygones. I don't like what that dude did, but it's been 20 years, so we're going to leave it alone. I'm going to tell you like how I'm built. I want retribution. I don't give a damn how much time go by. I want retribution. Now, I get it, fam. There are women out there that lie. I get it. And perhaps there should be, some type of, perhaps there should be a law put in place or whatever to where there's some type of limit, on when somebody can come forward. Perhaps there should be some type of law put in place, because at the way it stands, a person can come back and say you did something to them after you die, or when you're on your deathbed and you can't fight them. Somebody can come along years later and just smear your name all over the place, and they could be totally lying. I tend to actually want some proof. I want some proof. Typically, I want some proof. And maybe, maybe there is no way to write a law or address this situation that works perfectly. Maybe there's no perfect way to address this situation. Maybe there's no perfect way to address it. But if you can have an indefinite period where people can file lawsuits and criminal charges for rape, physical abuse, I mean, if you can have that type of law written for murder, because ain't no cap on murder. There's no limitation on murder. If you murdered somebody 60 years ago, there's always a chance you're going to get that, come with us. There's always a chance you're going to get that, come with us, on murder. So if they can do that for murder, why they can't do that for rape victims? Only difference is, with murder, you have a body. In almost every case, you got a body. You got some type of evidence. Somebody came out and said they witnessed it, and they added up the circumstantial evidence or whatever, and they came up with a guilty verdict, or they came up with the conclusion that this person is in violation in some kind of way. But with these rape cases, with these charges of rape, most of these women that's coming up saying stuff, they ain't got no proof. I personally believe Cassie had some proof. This is why Puffy, I do believe, settled so fast, because you don't go to that extent and cut a check that big, that fast, to hide your innocence. That's all I'm saying, fam. I actually tend to believe Cassie more than I believe those big Cosby accusers. I think a lot of them women were lying. I think Slim was right. They were getting high together. They got high together, and They didn't get what they wanted. They played the game. He was a powerful man in Hollywood, and he gave some women got favors, some women didn't. Some women got promised some things, or some women hoped that they was going to get some things, and it didn't work out. And all of these years later, they realized, you know what, man, I think I want to get paid. I'm looking for ways to get paid. Look, fam, we've all been there. If you've ever been in a situation where you struggle with money, you've been in situations where you say you're desperate and you're thinking, damn, how can I get some money? What, I need some money right now. I need some money right now. How can I get paid? Like, what can I do to get some money right now? What do I have around this house that I can pawn? You know, like, what, you know, who owes me money? Who owes me some money right now? Who I can call right now and get my money? I'm calling everybody who owe me some money. You know, what in this closet can I sell? You know, what can I go do right now to get some money? And some of those women did the exact same thing. Who do I know who got it that I can get it from? And I do believe some of them women looked at Bill Cosby as a lick and said, let me get paid. Slim Thug has set it off on a Sunday morning. Set it off. He wasn't through. I mean, he made one video. I guess he made that one video about Cassie and Puff, and then thought about it. Was like, you know what? And another thing, because he came back with another one about Bill Cosby and his accusers. But what do y'all think about Slim Thug's comments, fam? Again, I want y'all to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. We got over 1,400 people in the live right now, and the likes are not connecting. The likes versus the amount of people who's watching is not adding up. The math is not mathing. Where is the love, fam? Hit that like button. Show some love. Thumbs up if you believe that, as Slim Thug said, there should be a limit on when a woman or anybody can file criminal charges or a civil suit against someone for violating them sexually or physically. Thumbs down if you say, nope, no limit. Justice knows no limit. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know, fam. Going into the comments. What's up, Clyde? Miss Jazzy, what it do? Dooster. Elite Bell Zoe. What's up? Zoe says no. Rock Fresh says yes. Khalid, thumbs up. Kevin Jones, thumbs up. Crushing It, thumbs down. Chicago Gorilla, thumbs up. The God of All, thumbs up. Steph Bell, thumbs down. Steph from Boston. Toria Williams said it should be a limit. Kyle Hampton, thumbs up. James Dickerson, thumbs up. Stacy R, no, that's cuts kids out. Stacy says no limit. Ronnie BFH, what's up, Ronnie? Camille Graham, thumbs down. Johnny B says thumbs up. Abacus Beast, thumbs up. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Spiritual Israel. All right. She says she thinks Stan got something to hide. Maurice Rebo Brown, Ghetto Boys for Life, John Robinson. This seems to whether somebody thinks that there should be a limit or not, seems to like split right down the gender line. It looks like to me, most of the women are saying there should not be a limit. And most of the men are saying that there should be a statute of limitations. How we gonna fix this, fam? How we gonna get there? This is what I'm saying. There is no clear-cut way to deal with this. There is no way. I don't think that there's a way to deal with this. If you set limitations, I don't see how that works for everybody or even most people. And I don't see, if you don't set limitations, how that works for everybody. Clearly, we got an issue. Clearly, there's an issue. How do we resolve this, family? Anybody got some out of the box way to fix this thing? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Lavelle, what's up? Ayo says nope. Ray Williams says yes. Limitations, please. Scott Eklund, what's up? Burton Taylor's thumbs down says no limitation. Delano, Balisteria, what up, gangster? Regina B says no limitation. Mr. Stand on It says limitations. Jamon, limitations. Keisha, limitations. Keisha's one of the few women who said that it should be a limitation. And I wonder this, fam, like to the women, what if, to the women who are saying that should be a limitation, that should not be limitations. What if you were in a happily married situation and you're doing well for yourself, you and your man, y'all having a good life, y'all living the yacht life, and out of nowhere, his ex comes along and starts hurling accusations from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, talking about how he used to beat her up or sexually assault her. Or some woman that he met at a party that he don't even remember says that he did this to her 20 years ago. Are you still down for there not being limitations? Does it make a difference? Does it make a difference? Because I think that when it comes down to stuff like this, oftentimes people can remove themselves from it and be objective if they don't have a dog in the fight. For example, a judge who has a member of his family that has been sexually assaulted before will probably be harsher on a defendant who has not had his life disrupted or his family member or loved one's life disrupted because of a sexual assault. It's going to be more personal. When people die in the streets every day, people are murdered, the police will show up and they can be totally detached from the crime emotionally. But when it happens to a police officer, when they show up on the scene and it's a police officer leaking, expired, it takes on a whole new meaning. Now all of a sudden, both people are human beings, but this human being right here is, wears the same uniform they wear. This human being is somebody that they probably even know personally. So now it's personal. So I'm wondering, I'm wondering, like, can a person keep that same energy? Will everybody keep that same energy? Uh, you know, regardless of who the victim is or who the accuser is, who the accuser is, or who the the person being accused is. Can you keep that same energy regardless of who it is? I don't think most people can do that. If somebody you don't like gets accused of sexual assault, it's much easier to believe the victim or the alleged victim than it would be if someone you liked, someone you really loved what they do. It would be a lot easier to ride with them if you be against that person, the accuser, if they accuse somebody that you like. It would be easier for you to not believe them. Because I'm going to tell you right now, anybody who accused Trump of anything wrong, any woman who comes forward and says he sexually abused her in any kind of way, if they say he looked at her, if she say he looked at her a certain way, I believe the woman. I don't care if it's 60 years ago, 70 years ago. I don't care if he was in the first grade. He should be locked up for that. If he popped the girl on the booty in the second grade, lock him up. Lock him up. I believe the woman. Lock him up. What's up, VA? Ruth Robinson, what it do? So that's the people who say, well, if this is about justice, why did she take the money? Keep in mind, fam, she never filed criminal charges. It was always about the money. She filed a civil suit. The idea of a civil suit is to get paid. So anybody that thought that he was supposed to go to jail, it was a civil suit. Well, I read some woman, I think she was in Danity, whatever that group Puffy had was called, Danity something. She said money over accountability every time or something along those lines. And what I don't understand is why they don't understand that when a lawsuit is filed and somebody got to pay, that is accountability. When you pay in a lawsuit, that's the idea, getting paid. So if somebody got to pay, that's holding them accountable right there. Now, a criminal charge is something totally different. And right now, in the case of Cassie, I don't think there's going to be any criminal charges filed, because I'm pretty sure those lawyers put that in the paperwork that she would not file criminal charges. I'm sure she spoke on that. I'm sure that's in that language somewhere. I cannot see him putting that kind of money out there and not having that guarantee. Now, here's the thing, though, fam. With that settlement, the floodgates open up now. Every single chick he's ever looked at, any chick who got his phone number, anybody he ever DM'd, they's gonna come out of the woodworks, because they smell blood in the water. It's blood in the water. So they gonna come out of the woodworks now. When he wrote that check, he stroked that check. Oh, man, I don't think this is over. I think Puff is in for a long ride. And when does it stop? When will it stop? I don't know if it'll stop at all. But this is a situation where there's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Cassie was with him for 10 years. That's 10 years of knowing his personal business. That's 10 years of seeing how he deal with other people. That's 10 years of pillow talk. That's 10 years of ups and downs outside of the bed. Man. That's a lot. I've been hearing people say Slim probably afraid some chick will come out against him. That's what the latest person said, Lahario structure. I've been hearing a lot of people say that. The thing is, I don't think anybody is immune to that. I think any man who's had dealings with a woman should be concerned about that. Because it is the wild, wild west. Anybody can just come up and say you did this or did that and have no proof whatsoever. It's just their word against yours. And even if you never did anything, at the very least, they can assassinate your character. And anytime somebody accuses you of doing something wrong, even if you didn't do it, even if you wasn't in the country when it happened, there's going to always be people who remind you of that accusation. It's impossible to clear up your reputation after you get accused of something like that, even if you are innocent. And we do know that there have been countless men who have been innocent of sexual assault, innocent of rape, countless who ended up dead or in jail for the rest of their life. Countless who had their lives disrupted. How many youngsters, I'm talking about just youngsters, who were star football players, basketball players, baseball players, had some dealings with a girl, and the girl claimed that he raped her. And then next thing you know, they're in jail, sent to prison, career over. It's over. Even, I don't know, are there any dudes out there that have been committed, who were accused of rape and actually went to prison, came out and got drafted or got picked up by the NFL or the NBA or any of those major teams, major leagues? Has anybody ever been able to do it? No, they destroy lives. Those accusations destroy lives. And nobody is immune to an accusation. So I do believe everybody should be concerned about that. But I'm not so concerned about something like that I'm not going to call a strike and a ball a ball. Because again, fam, although I think that should be some type of limitation in generally speaking, if it happened to one of mine, fuck limitations. I ain't no limitation. I don't want it to be no limitation. I want some retribution. Now, if I was accused, I would want some limitations. Oh, man, that should be a limitation. Man, she can't be saying I did this. We was in high school. She can't be saying this happened or that happened, this, woo-woo. Like, that should be a limitation. If I'm accused, if I get accused of something that I didn't do, I want it to be a limitation. But if the shoe is on the other foot, I don't have a dog in the fight. it's easier for me to make that call. A whole lot easier. I got a dog in the fight. If it's me, if I'm being accused, I want that to be a limitation. But if somebody violate a woman in my family, I don't want there to be no limitations. I want to be able to get them. But guess what though, fam? I don't even care if they do make it a limitation. When it come to me, it ain't gonna be no limitation. If you catch my drift. Stacy R, what's up? Soar above. John Wick. PA, Texas, worldwide. What up? Sheila Reed teaches her grandson that no means no. You better teach him early. No means no. Duke Duxter says, if you're in a relationship, how is it rate? Duke, how old are you, man? Shoot me a message, man. Tell me how old are you? You got to be young asking a question like that. If you're in a relationship, how is it rate? No means no. People think just because you're in a relationship that means that you can do whatever you want to somebody's body. This is why a lot of dudes who are in relationships beat on women. They think this is my woman. I can do whatever I want to do with her. She's my woman. I can go upside her head when I feel like it. It's my woman. We treat each other like property. Just because you're in a relationship with a woman don't mean that you can force yourself on that woman. If that woman don't want to have sex with you, don't mean that you can just force yourself on her. This is something you should know by now, bro. You should know that. You should already have that information. You can be in a relationship with a woman, and if she says no, no means no. You can be married 20 years. If she say no, no means no. If you say no, no means no. But we got courses on everything. We got all types of, we need certification for everything. We need certifications and licenses for everything. We need some damn certification and licenses for relationships. We're going to have to get some of that going. Because a lot of us ain't got a clue on how to be in a healthy relationship. Who's that? Raymond? Or is it Raymond? Raymond. I'm going with Raymond Mims. Tanya Van Sam, what up? Boogeyman. King 404. Lena Castellanos. Indigo Goddess. What up? All right, fam. All right, let's do a temperature check right quick. Let's do a check. Let's see what these likes are looking like. Let's look at the likes. We got 1,100 people watching. And how many likes is this? 1,100 people watching. Where is it? Now that's cool. That's a lot better right there, fam. 1,100 people watching, over 1,000 people. Actually, 1,100 watching, over 1,000 people have liked it. There you go. Appreciate that, fam. Show a little love. Miss Chicago, what it do? Brandy Nuance. Sanji. All right, fam, before I shut it down, smash up the likes, hit that like button right quick before you leave. One more time, fam. One more time for your mind. Give me a thumbs up if you think that Boogeyman, I see you, appreciate it. What's up, Danny O? Kenyatta Ali, what up, Kenyatta? Give me a thumbs up if you believe like Slim Thug believes, there should be a statute of limitations for filing sexual assault cases against people. If you believe there should be a statute of limitations, that should be some limit set where a woman cannot come back 20, 30, 40, 50, 90 years, 90 years, but you catch my drift. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like she can't come back. She should not be able to come back after 20, 30 years, 10 years, whatever it is. If you think there should be a statute of limitations, give me a thumbs up if you agree with Slim Thug. Thumbs down if you disagree. Thumbs down. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree with Slim. If you feel like, nah, man, there should not be a statute of limitations when it comes to being violated in any kind of way, sexually or physically. If a woman gets violated, if anybody gets violated, they should be able to come forward with that information, with those accusations, whether they're coming with that information immediately or they come with it decades later. No statute of limitation. Thumbs down if you believe there should not be a statute of limitations. Thumbs up if you believe there should be a statute of limitations on accusations of sexual and physical assault. Until next time, fam, I appreciate y'all joining the live. I will come back if there's any other breaking news. I should have made this breaking news because this kind of is breaking the internet right now. People are talking about Slim Thug's comments all over social media right now. In fact, people are at home talking about these comments also. And this is a valid discussion. Slim Thug is not the only person who feels this way. So this discussion is going on and it's going to continue. And we're going to continue it also in the chat. Until next time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining and spend a little time with your boy. You know what I'm saying, on an easy Sunday evening. You dig what I'm saying? Or Sunday afternoon.